And we are back. We awake on a drizzly, grey October day. The 17th of October, to be precise. And we wake in the Lakeside Hotel in Brichester, offering wonderful views out of the window to the grey surface of the lake, where horrors dwell beneath the surface, seen so far only by Ignatius' glimpse out of the corner of his eye. Out of the front of the hotel sits the town of Brichester. Narrow streets, brick-built houses, a square in the centre, a high-walled prison on the hill overlooking the town, and around it, fields and scattered farms. You can smell cooking wafting up from downstairs. The owner's wife has prepared you all a lovely breakfast. You have a plan for today? Is there anything else you would like to do before heading up to the ruins of Risby Manor?
I think Mortimer will probably get his stuff packed just in case we have to leave very quickly.
Benefit for the ones that didn't unpack in the first place.
Yeah, just, you never know. It'll save time later, and it means if he ends up dying in the labyrinth, at least it's easy for him to take his stuff back.
All right.
Also, we
ready
might
to go,
have
gentlemen.
somebody.
Okay, so the plan is just to head on out through the cold grey day, through the town, and up the hill. The road leads closer to the prison than you've gone before. You can see it looming there, these high brick walls, watchtower on the corner. But the route to the site you begin, the site you have a map of, leads further east, sort of, not directly past the prison, outside the edge of the town. And you can see a few fields. The harvest's been taken in, so the fields are lying fallow at the moment. You can see hedgerows, bare branched trees, and a scraggly patch of woodland in which lie the ruins of the manor, now long overgrown and fallen into disrepair. As you approach, you can see the outer walls sort of reaching up to probably the first floor only in most places. There's one bit at the end where the end wall of the manor still stands mostly intact, and you can see the hollow space where there would have once been windows. The outline of the outer wall, what looks like it was once a barn, the roof long since fallen in, and this wall standing. Various outhouses. The main hall is still there with its solid stone flagstones and roofless and mostly wallless. And you can see the fireplaces, you can see the emblems carved in the walls above them. The Risby crest, which seems to be sort of like two leaping hounds.
Were we observed by any or many townspeople as we made our way up here?
People saw you as you went past. Like, people, unless you made an effort to like skirt around the whole of the town and get here without being seen, then yeah, you definitely saw people just look. Heard a few muttered morning as you passed. No one really questioned you on where you were going, but people definitely saw you pass through town.
Was there anyone who paid us more attention than would have been normal?
Normal for people going about their business in London, or normal for a group of fairly distinctive strangers passing through an out-of-the-way town like Brichester?
I'd say the latter.
I mean,
basically whether we were followed.
You didn't see anyone following you, no, but you saw people watching you. They definitely noted you passing by. They stopped what they were doing, stopped mid-conversation, just like watched you as you walked past.
That's okay. I'm just checking because regards Goatswood, the entire village was part of the cult pretty much. I'm just this is a bit bigger though, so Can't have the whole town in a weird cult.
It occurs to me, will I even be able to enter this maze should we find it? I was not exactly invited.
Well, we'll see. I mean, if you can't, then we know that there is an issue there.
The other issue is the entrance might be bricked up. So what we need to do is just find where the entrance is. We may have to return to town to get something to, like sledgehammers or something along those lines to remove the wall. But if that's the case, we'll also have to consider a way to collapse it after we come back out, to make sure nothing in there follows us out.
All right.
We have time, so, I mean, we can find the entrance, and if it's not possible for us to go straight through today, we can spend the rest of today preparing for the actual journey. But who knows?
Is the distance to the manor, say to the local hardware shop, very far? Is this, an hour's walk, half a day? What?
We're only a few miles out of town. This is half an hour's walk, maybe a little over, back to town.
All right, well, let's get to take care of it, I suppose.
Does anybody need an
I
extra
suspect
tape?
we probably would have brought lanterns with us, some sort of light source,
Did you bring spare capes?
just in case.
If you ever ask me that question again, John Greaves, about having spare capes,
Mhm.
she'll kick you in the shin with great ferocity.
Then I shall
cold
not
outside.
ask it.
It's cold. I have extra capes.
Do you need more extra capes?
That's something only God knows.
I mean, there is a tailor here.
I really want to go get capes, but I think right now I can't. Victory. I'll buy a victory cape.
I guess that's fair. And my cardinals.
Let's go.
Yep, where should we start? Well, should we just start with the main building first? That
That's
seems
what I
the
think.
sensible place, like the actual centre.
Yes,
As you
I think that would be best.
draw nearer, sort of drawing to the edge of the ruins, there's a scuttling of movement in the undergrowth as you disturb some wild animal that's made its home here. You hear a crow perched atop one of the walls, watching you with dark, beady eyes.
Should we get the one down there?
Let's not disturb anything. I would like to not be chased out of town,
Yeah.
ideally.
Yeah. Let's not draw too much attention just for now. Give us more
Do
time.
you all know how to-
later.
Do you all know what to look for this maze? Should we find it? Will there be some sort of, I don't know, marker to tell us we found it in a different collapsed tunnel?
I think it'll be a load of confusing tunnels. At least that's what I suspect. But we'll probably know it when we find it. But at the moment, we're just looking for a tunnel that's heading in the right direction.
All right, well, let's begin.
Okay. So what are you beginning?
Is there a clear entrance inside the main building, or is it just kind of...
The building is a ruin. It doesn't have a roof, and it only has about half of its walls. The floors, the floors of all the upper floors are missing. You can just see the posts where the support beams would have once passed through. This has
Does it
been in
not seem
ruin
to
for
be
a couple of
like an
hundred years, several
external
hundred years.
external entrance to like a cellar or something like that?
Not that you can see at the moment, no. You might have to do some digging around, rummaging through the undergrowth.
Mortimer.
Yeah.
Do you, by any chance, do we have any way of like clearing rubble, like a small shovel or anything with us now at all? Like I know we talked about like heavier stuff, but do we have like any minor tools?
I don't know. What are the chances, Keeper, we would have got something like that?
You haven't got any tools with you at the moment. You can pop back to town and get some.
Okay.
Should we do a bit more exploring just to see what we need before we have to make multiple trips?
That's an idea. We'll have a look around, see what tools we could need, then we'll go back and get some if we need any.
Please.
Well,
Could you guys look at like the engravings and stuff? If there's oddities about. I mean, I don't think that two jumping dogs is something that is really weird, but maybe there's like hints.
Maybe the entrance has been marked with the coat of arms or something like that. We could have a look around for that. But we could also have a look to see if there's any evidence anyone's been here recently. By recently, I mean in the last few years or few months. Because
Okay. So what are each of you doing?
D'Angelo will walk through the ruins in search of any obviously occult symbols, maybe trapdoors, things like that.
Okay. You give me a spot hidden roll, please. What's everyone else doing?
John will be also looking around inside the hall, inside the walls of the manor, looking for any entrances that might lead like down to the cellar or any subfloors.
Okay. Give me a spot hidden, please.
yeah, I think Mortimer will be looking around for any ways underground, basically, from here.
Inside the walls of the ruin, outside the walls of the ruin.
Inside the walls of the ruins, I think.
Okay, give me a
Or
spot.
possibly on the edge. Actually, if John's checking where he is there, Mortimer will check like the outskirts of the ruins.
Just like the exterior.
Yeah, just the exterior of the ruins itself, and maybe just inside like the actual outline of it.
Okay, it's going to take you a little longer, like popping back in and out the wall, but yeah, give me a spot hidden, please. What about Ignatius and Maximilian? What are you up to?
I am going to look for higher ground to try to get a bird's eye view of the area. See if
Okay.
that illuminates anything for me at all.
You can head up a hill. It's going to, I mean, this is sort of on a hill outside the town. The hill does go further up. It's not a massively steep hill, like it's not like mountainous or cliff-like. But you can head further up the slope and see if you can get a view from there. That's what you want to do.
I think Maximilian will check for like places where somebody might have dug already. Places where like loose rubble is, places where like grass doesn't grow as it does in other places, and look for like oddities like that.
Okay.
He's not somebody that knows the cultist shit.
Inside the walls of the ruin or outside?
Probably starting in the outside and then going in.
Okay, give me a spot hidden, please.
I mean, 4 luck. Come on, that's fine.
So, as you begin your search, sort of hunt through the ruin and the undergrowth, D'Angelo does not really anything you recognise as a cultist symbology here. There's the crest of the 2 leaping hounds here and there, but that seems really quite mundane and ordinary. There's no strange eyes, no strange sigils, nothing catches your eye as odd. John, searching around the inside of the manor, you can't see any sign of a way down or entrance to a cellar or a basement. Ignatius, you've headed up to try and get a better view. Unfortunately, as you begin to head up the hill, what you realise is because of the trees and the undergrowth around the manor, the view essentially gets worse the further up the hill you get. Further from the manor you get, the more of it is obscured by trees. So you can't see much of the manor itself. You can, however, see a figure walking across the field towards the wood. You see they've got looks to be a tweed hunting jacket, a cap pulled down on their head, and what looks to be a shotgun sort of slung over their shoulder, and they seem to be heading towards the patch of woodland where the ruins of the manor are, cutting across the fields to where the rest of the group is.
Does it look like they know that we're there, or that they're stalking?
From this distance, you can't tell. They're just walking across towards the wood.
Okay,
You think you could hurry down the hill and intercept them before they reach the wood if you wanted to? But
I am going to do that.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you hurry down to intercept this man. Are you hailing him before you get close, or are you waiting for him to spot you?
Oh, I'm hailing him. I am hailing him. And I'm going to hail him with such vigor that my companions would know that I'm talking to somebody else. Ignatius is very loud. But in this moment, I think I'm going to hit a new level of loudness known as Super Ignatius, where it is a greetings, fellow traveler. Hello, I am Ignatius. How are you?
Jesus Christ.
No, Ignatius.
No need for
I
the
could see how
shouting.
you could get it confused.
All right,
Hi.
morning.
Good morning
Morning.
to you. How are you? Are you good? Are you well?
I'm good. Yeah, you?
Oh, just enjoying a healthy little hike with, out in nature.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make
we
sure
met
that
before?
you. Well, it's like I just wanted you to know that I was around here since you're hunting with a gun is all.
Not
accidents
hunting.
happen.
Just walking the fields, walking the rounds.
Oh, I thought you were hunting because of the shotgun.
No, this, yeah. In case I spot anything.
Like what? Like what would you like?
Hair? Foxes?
Oh,
Like, I'm not...
so
Yeah.
So you have a shotgun in case you find something that you could hunt. I see. That makes sense. Well, anyway, I'm from Birmingham, where I get nervous around guns because people there are not very good shots. I'm sure that out here you all very much. But I just want you to know that I'm here. Just to Does that make sense?
What are you doing on my field anyway?
Oh, this is your field?
Yeah, all this from the stream down there, all the way up to the boundary post up there. This is my land.
So a look of actual contrition does go across Ignatius's face, because he does not, as rude and brash as he can be, he is also in his own way strangely polite. He goes, "Okay, I'm so sorry. First off, I want to apologize, and secondly, I like stories and legends, and I was just walking around. I heard about ghost stories and stuff in this area, and so I was out and about. I meant no offense. Is it okay if I'm here?
As long as you don't cause any trouble or spook any of my animals.
No, I love animals, and I avoid trouble like the plague. I am not that guy.
You with the... Is it just you?
No. A couple of my friends are also... We really like the legends and the lore and the stuff like that. We're walking about. You know, we heard stuff about the local legends. That's why we're out here. You know.
Alright. Well, I was up at Broughton Clough, and I thought I saw some people walking up here across the field, and I thought I'd come see what was going on.
That was probably
an issue with trespassers here in the past.
We are well, here, I'll tell you what. You have my word that we are not looking to cause any trouble or anything like that. And here's my card. I hand him a business card.
Alright, as long as you're not messing around in the ruins, then it's not a problem.
Thank you so much. What was your name, good sir?
Gaveston. The Michael Gaveston.
It was a pleasure to meet you. And thank you for being so understanding. I really do appreciate it. Bye!
Right.
And I just take off.
Alright, whilst this conversation was going on, back in the ruins, where you're definitely not poking around in the ruins, Mortimer and Maximilian, I think you both spent a little luck. As you're sort of poking around, searching around the boundary line. Mortimer, you're walking along this boundary line, along like the edge of the manor, and Maximilian, you're searching around from the outside in, looking for signs of disturbed ground. And what you see is there is an area where there is still undergrowth, and there are still signs of the ruin, but it looks like it's been more regularly cleared away and cut back, like hacked back. And you can see there are, like, tucked right up under the edge of the outer wall of the manor, are a narrow set of stone steps that seem to lead down to a lower level, an undercroft. Which is, I guess, just a cellar. I don't really know what the difference between an undercroft and a cellar is, but this is an undercroft.
It's a cellar. There you
go. Yeah, it's this narrow set of stone steps heading down into a dark space underneath what was once the Great Hall.
Alright.
This looks like it could be the way in. But it's a bit strange it's been cleared a bit from the undergrowth more recently. How good are you at tracking? Can you see if there's any evidence of tracks here?
Let me go and check. I'm gonna go and look for tracks around here.
Yeah, give me a track roll.
Just to see if anyone's been.
Roll 20. You know that you can roll something else than 69, right? I mean, it's nice, I know, but sadly, it does not work like that.
Is that? I had moved windows to look at a picture of an underground. Yeah, there's no sign of like tracks or prints. It definitely looks like someone has cleared away the undergrowth, but it's not recent. There's been sort of brambles have grown back, but you can't see any actual prints or marks in the ground.
All right. I'm gonna take a quick peek down those stairs.
You can see there's a set of stairs, and it seems to open out into this essentially brick-built cellar beneath.
I'm gonna go down those stairs in that cellar and throw in a quick glance.
Okay.
If it's just like a single room, or
it is a dark room with like brick-built pillars and vaulted ceiling. It extends out, and it's quite large. It extends out into the darkness. It looks like there's other entrances off it at the end. There is some rubble and undergrowth and sort of less undergrowth and more just like detritus that's fallen down here, like rotten mulch of leaves. But it's not sort of completely filled with dirt. It's been cleared out at some point.
Alright.
Could be the entrance we're after.
I think so. We should go and get the others. Maybe like be a little silent. There's this other guy around that Ignatius was yelling at.
True. I think, should we just Well, I'm assuming we know where everyone went to check, so we can just gather the different people.
Yeah. I'll stay here and keep an eye out.
Good plan.
Maybe go through the cellar and look for a further way deeper in the dirt, in the rubble that's been done here.
Good idea. I think John's probably closest if he was checking around where the manor was itself.
Yeah, you can't look around. D'Angelo and John aren't in sight at the moment, but they'll all be in earshot if you give them a shout.
Okay. Oi, over here.
All right.
We found a way in.
Right, I'll come over towards Mortimer.
What did you find?
We found a set of stone steps going underground. It looks like it's been cleared a bit more frequently than anywhere else in the ruins. Which is a bit strange.
Sounds as good as any.
But
should I wait here for Mr. Ignatius to return?
Yes, Ignatius.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yikes. I was up on that hill over there trying to get a better view, and I saw this kind of grumpy looking man with a shotgun walking towards us, so I intercepted him and smoothed it over. We're trespassing on his land, but it's okay that we're here.
That's good.
Yeah, I was so loud because I wanted you all to know where I was and that I wasn't alone. There's a method to my madness, although oftentimes my madness is my method.
Usually the way. But yeah, we probably should have checked to see who owned this land. Being it belonged to a lord, it's likely some important landowner.
His name was Michael Gavinston or something. I stopped listening when it got boring. But anyway, point is that we're okay. I think we're okay.
Yep, that's good. We're here and we can have a look inside now.
Laudanum.
You didn't mention that we were looking in the ruins, did you?
No, I said we were fans of ghost stories and folklore, and we're just poking about.
Okay.
Because I'm excellent at lying and giving myself plausible deniability.
Okay.
Because I don't want to go to jail. Again.
Well, at least the prison's not far, I suppose.
Shit.
I'll lead the way down.
Okay. Before we go, I think we should pray.
To whom?
To the creator of laudanum.
Who would that be? Laudanum is a plant.
Or cocaine. Eh? Jesus.
No,
D'Angelo's going to head down the stairs.
A different crowd.
So it's dark down here in the Undercroft. You've got a couple of lanterns with you. Who has the lanterns?
I think I'd probably have one.
Whoever's in the lead, and I think at the back, will probably have a lantern each.
D'Angelo
Do
took
you
the
how
second
many you've
lantern.
brought? Whether you've gone full, everyone has their own lantern, or whether it's just a few between the group?
I think at this point we've probably just brought a couple because we weren't sure what tools we'd need. I mean, Mortimer will have his doctor's bag just in case, in one hand anyway, and his sword cane he'll just be using to walk with, basically. So
D'Angelo's got a lantern, and who had the other one? Maximilian, was it?
Yeah, I'll have a lantern and I'll put it in the front.
Okay.
Keeper,
yes?
when the lanterns are lit, the first thing I do is I check my shadow. Because it had been acting funny.
Give me a sanity check, please.
Oh, I should have just kept my mouth shut. I'm a stupid Ignatius doing dumb stuff. Ha! Ha ha ha! Wow.
Your shadow looks entirely normal.
I'm going to try to talk to it. Shadow? Shadow? Shadow! You there? Guys, my shadow's okay. Maximilian, you remember when it was acting crazy?
Yes. Why are you talking to it?
Just to make sure it's not there. I'm rather annoying. So if it was there but trying to act like it wasn't there, I could probably annoy it into a reaction. This is incredibly intellectual stuff. It's okay if you don't get it.
This is what critical sanity looks like. Talking
I
to a
see.
shadow.
This is perfectly fine. I'm gonna load my gun. Just in case.
Keeper, are you okay with us all having a light source? Being that we had planned to go to ruins.
I guess you could all have brought a lantern. It's more who's holding it and who's got free hands to do so. And just establishing who has the lights to begin with. If anyone else wants to be carrying a light in this scene, let me know.
I'll have one.
I think anyone who's got hands free will be having a lantern.
It's up to their... We know that D'Angelo and Maximilian have got one. It's up to Ignatius and John whether they want to have their own lanterns.
I would, I think. I think we were expecting to having to creep around in dark places, so...
I mean, at the very least, we'd all have candles.
I would have a candle.
They'd
not
have
a
like
lantern.
pockets in case we lose.
So as you step down into this dark space, the lantern light casts these long, flickering shadows from you and the pillars across the walls and across the floor of this space. The ground is sort of laid with this mulch of rotten leaves and twigs that have blown down here over the years. But you can see that off both ends of this undercroft space, there are dark doorways leading into further underground chambers.
Do any of these doors have windows, or are they solid wood or
They're
metal?
Doorways.
Doorways,
It's
okay.
dark doorways. You can just see shadowed dark rooms beyond. There are no actual doors here.
Any leading towards the prison?
Try and sort of gauge your direction from here. Make me a navigator roll, please.
Will they?
Navigate.
Yes, Mortimer, please. No, he's not sure which way would be the... It's hard because you've come sort of up the hill and round. It's hard to be entirely certain of which direction
Could I
would
try?
lead to the prison. If you're thinking along the same line, yeah. No, it's yeah, so at both ends you can see there's other doorways leading off to other rooms. Want to look at any of them, let me know.
Alright. I would suggest we stay together. I don't like the idea of separating underground.
Well, do you think we should look, as we're going further in, should we just explore each one, just to make sure we don't have something coming up behind us as we go further into the maze?
Could do, but
I mean, as far as I understand it, if we this is like cult stuff, right? Like weird, like non-natural. I mean, normally I would just say like keep to the right-hand side, and we'll find our way back out. But I think if we do that, we're not gonna get anywhere meaningful. So we should probably just wing it and go anywhere.
yeah, I think we should stay together as a group. I don't like the idea of us being split up.
Yeah, we wouldn't find a way out anymore.
Well, the other entrance, was there loads of entrances, Keeper, or just the one or two?
So you're in this long, large brick undercroft hall underneath the great hall above, and at each end there is a dark doorway leading into other further rooms, corridors you don't know yet.
Okay, well, whichever one we don't take, we can always put like twigs and stuff on the floor from the undergrowth nearby so we can hear a sound if something walks over it. At least to give us some sort of warning, perhaps.
Alright. I'll grab some stones as we move and leave them behind us, just in case.
Yeah, I had brought a pocket full of orange marbles just for that purpose.
Very specific.
Yes.
If you want to have
Oh.
brought some pocket full of marbles with you, you can do.
Also, if we're
At
being
some
chased
point, there'll
by
be a limit
something-
of moratorium of anything you've not declared you've got with
Oh,
you.
I specifically I brought that up
orange
last
marbles
session.
makes sense, yeah.
But the other thing is, if you're being chased, you can drop the marbles and something will
Right,
potentially fall on its arse.
right.
Okay, so we'll call these, for the simplicity of describing this, we'll call these two doorways the north one and the south one. Which one would you like to go through?
Which direction is the prison from here?
They're not actually north and south. This is just...
Oh,
Okay, we'll call them the up one and the down one. I was just trying to make it easier in case anyone was trying to keep track or visualize this.
I
okay.
suggest
I
we
was
go
hoping you were going to
north to
say it
begin
was
with.
north, but
Actually, the prison's west.
we'll take one of them. Definitely one of the doorways.
Suggest north to begin with.
Okay.
Max is in the lead anyway, so.
Alright, are you all heading to... You're all sticking together in a group?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So as you head up through the northern doorway, you see it leads into what appears to be a smaller sort of cellar chamber off this main undercroft. Again, the walls are built of brick. You can see holes in the walls that might once have held beams or posts supporting perhaps some sort of shelving or racks. It's hard to be sure. There's cracks in the walls here and there, a few fallen bricks, and quite a lot of sort of mulch leaves, dead leaves, stuff that's blown in here. There's a smell of rot in the air, and you see what looks to be the bones of perhaps a fox that's died here at some point. Like, looks to have been empty and abandoned for a good while. Yeah, there's about 3 cellar storage rooms off the north side of the main undercroft.
Has anything disturbed the bones of whatever it was?
Doesn't look like it. It looks pretty much mostly pretty much intact.
Can we hear any sounds?
Yeah,
Other than sounds.
give me a listen check, please. Yes. You can hear footsteps on the stone stair leading down into the undercroft. The scrape of what sounds like hobnail boots on stone stairs. And you hear a voice. You've got a moment before you hear the voice, if anyone wants to do anything or say anything.
I'm assuming these are heading towards us, these footsteps.
Sounds like they're going down the stone steps that lead into the undercroft.
The angel readies his gun just in case.
Oh, anyone down here? Come out, show yourselves. Ignatius, you would recognise the voice of Mr. Gaveston.
Oh, Mr. Gaveston, it's us.
You shouldn't be down here. Come on out. He's calling from the main undercroft room now.
Okay, we'll be right out. I'm going to turn around and motion to the party to follow me. And I'm going to wink at them. And I'm going to lead the way out.
Okay, so you're heading out into the main undercroft.
Yep.
room. You see, he's standing at the foot of the stairs that lead down into the undercroft. Like, in that patch of light at the foot of the stairs with the daylight still shining down, is Mr. Gaveston sort of peering into the dark gloom of the undercroft. As you is anyone going with Ignatius?
Yep, why not?
I think I'll stay behind.
Angelo.
Well, we'll follow him because as far as we know at this point, it was okay for us to be down here.
Very true.
D'Angelo will stay with Maximilian.
So Maximilian and D'Angelo are behind in the cellar room, and the other 3 of you are heading out into the main undercroft. So, John, by the light of sort of John's lantern, the undercroft is illuminated. Yeah. All right, you 3 shouldn't be down here.
We're just poking about. I'm going to try to...
It's not safe for poking about.
I'm going to try to... you know what? I think I want to try to charm him. Like, it's
You're
not that
gonna
big. Yeah, I want to try to charm them. Because it's like, hey, we kind of have a little bit of a rapport, that type of thing. It's like, we're grown men. We don't claim any liability or anything like that. We're into the ghost stories. And you know what? It's just not that big of a deal. What happens to us is what happens to us. You don't have to worry about our safety. And we appreciate it. And we know that you're just looking out for us. But at the end of the day, what will be is what will be. Extreme
Okay, you
success.
can make me the charm roll, but you have a penalty die on it.
Would I be able to assist because I've got like a really high charm?
What are you doing to assist? Like, are you also like trying to?
I'm
Essentially, charm is
basically-
you're trying to befriend this man. You're trying to win him over. You're not trying to persuade or make a reasoned case here. You're trying to make him like you.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty much backing up Ignatius. I'm his wingman in this.
Yes,
That's the
smelling
best way to
nicely.
explain
Okay.
it. I'm his,
Right.
Alright. Yeah. I'm cursed with people poking their way down here around here.
Well, I'll tell you what.
But look,
Tell you what.
look.
Has there been many
Who
people?
are you?
picking on you?
What is a London he like pulls out the card again.
Oh yeah,
What
it's a
even is
fancy.
a London Esoteric Society? What's an
It's-
Esoteric Society?
It's nerds. We're a bunch of nerds.
I have no
We're
idea what
rich.
that word means.
Okay,
You're
we
making
are a
it up.
bunch. You never met Mr. Green. We are a bunch of people who have a lot of money and a lot of time on our hand, and we like to explore, and we like to delve into folklore and legends. This is what boring rich people do. We are dull. So you don't have to worry about us. There's nothing, that's going to fall back upon you.
Look,
You mentioned that a lot of people poke around these ruins. Do you get disturbed that often?
yeah. Often enough that I always like to check when there's someone wandered this way. Look. Have a look round. There's no, a bunch of cellars. There's nothing to find down here.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Look. Have a look round, but don't damage anything. And if anyone else asks you, we're never here. I don't want to get into trouble for this, right?
Fair enough.
Who could
Understood.
who could you get into trouble with? Because we're not going to get you into trouble.
Do you actually know who a good source of information about the family who used to own this land, or the lord, the actual landed family?
You want them
I'm just
straight down
informing-
at
I was just
Tibbet
wondering.
down at the library. He can answer your questions on that.
The
sort of
library
thing.
and university, yes. That would be a good source of that. Okay, I was hoping it'd be someone I'd be able to talk to find out a bit more. I'm interested in
this
the
place
history.
has been...
Yeah.
He kind of points around. It's been ruined for like...
Centuries.
What? Where are we at? Like...
Yeah,
300,
I don't
400 years now? Nobody knows the family. The family are all dead.
Fair enough. I think we probably won't be sticking around that long. As you said, it doesn't seem to be much to find anyway.
Yeah. Well, have at it. And he heads back up the stairs.
All right. After he leaves, I turn to my compatriots and I just say, "See, I had it. People
Yep.
like me.
They do.
I'm likable."
You're definitely a people person.
Indeed.
Well, when you start to miss people when you believe that just being around them endangers them. So I like people way more than I did when I could be around them. It's an interesting way that my life turned out. That I missed so many things I used to hate. Oh well, time for cocaine. And I just go back down.
Can we tell if he actually left, or he's still the fellow is still hanging about outside?
You can either stick your head out and look, or you can give me a listen check.
I'll give you a listen check.
Could I do a psychology roll on his? See if there's anything.
He's gone.
No, anything
You
out
can't
of the
hear him.
ordinary during the conversation. But
It's a bit bit late now, he's gone.
It is true. It's okay. I should have mentioned it earlier during the conversation.
So yeah, seems like you are alone once more.
That went well. Should we
did.
catch up with the others and see what they've got up to?
Yes. Did the two of you want to be up to anything whilst you were left alone in the cellar? Like, are you just waiting until, like, the situation has been handled?
I think I would start searching that area, especially during the time that they are being loud behind us, so that we have the chance to maybe stay unnoticed doing that.
Give me a spot hidden as you search around. See if you can find anything. Hunting around, as I said, you can see there seems to have been some kind of cellar. What kind of hunting are you doing? Are you just looking around? Are you getting hands-on down in the dirt and the fox bones?
Hands-on.
Yes.
If anything.
Like searching around in corners, you can see this place, like water has pooled in places. It looks like this place might like have puddles in it after heavy rain. It's definitely not watertight and weathertight. There's really not much down here. The only things you find of note are several initials scratched into the brickwork in various places, including a couple that are joined by a heart.
Oh.
And one that says H. Miller was here.
Did you find anything important, Mr. Johnson?
Yeah, most of this is graffiti carved into the brick. There is even some graffiti carved into one of the stone flagstones itself, although that appears to be in Latin.
Yeah, no, that's nothing. And this is like closed off. There's no way behind, further on, right?
No, the only entrance into these cellar rooms appears to be via the undercroft.
All right. Well, we can turn around, I guess. I didn't see anything. I mean, except for all the lovey-dovey notices on the walls.
And carved into the flagstone as well.
Can I read any of it, though, specifically the Latin parts?
Yeah. Well, you can definitely read the H. Miller was here, and the Latin part says ipsa scientia potestas est, which I assume D'Angelo speaks Latin?
I do know Latin, yes.
Would you like me... What's your score in Latin?
60.
Would you like me to translate that for you?
Sure, wonderful.
Essentially, it more or less translates to knowledge itself is power.
Well, I do not think that there's anything hidden in the words for one, but perhaps we should give the others a minute to deal with this other person before we move upward.
Yeah, I think so too. The person doesn't need to know that we're more than like 3 people. Just in case they're involved in weirdities.
A good description for every occurrence in this town. Yeah, so you've driven off the landowner. What next for our charismatic 3?
I'm just, you know what? I have my little candle. I'm just barreling back down.
Yep, let's
I'm
go
a
back
man
and
on a
find the
mission.
others.
Yeah, you've been down this entire time.
I'm still gonna barrel into them. Like I'm just.
Yeah, you're going back up to what we're going to call the north cellar chambers, where the other. You can see D'Angelo, like, studying some words that have been scratched into the floor. Perhaps Maximilian's still looking at the wall graffiti.
That'll
Do you
look
deal with the
interesting.
problem?
find anything interesting? Well, the gentleman left. I think it was the landowner.
Ah, I see. I mean, nothing really. It's a Latin phrase, but I think, as far as I know, it's like a common phrase, and nothing odd.
Does the Latin thing look as if it's been engraved, or just someone's cut it in?
It looks like it's been scratched into the stone.
Yeah, that's what I was checking, whether it was like being professionally engraved in, or whether
Not
someone
professionally
cut
engraved. It
it
looks
in.
like someone's like essentially roughly chiseled it into the stone.
No,
With
probably
kind of
some
tool. It's
students.
not tidily engraved, but it's quite deeply cut. It's not just surface scratches.
The landowner sort of gave us permission to be here as long as we don't tell anyone. Pretty much.
Did anyone try pressing that brick? Yeah.
So it's a stone flagstone in the floor, like a big
Okay.
stone paver.
Oh, in the floor. Okay.
Yeah, in the floor itself.
Let's go and check the more southern passage and see if we got anything different.
Sure.
Or see a similar phrase.
Okay, at the southern end you find another few cellar rooms branching off from the main undercroft. In one of these you see there appears to be another staircase. There's another like stone staircase leading upwards. But the entrance at the top is blocked by appears to be a pile of fallen rubble. It looks like there was once another way down here. Again, the walls of this cellar are brick. The ground is strewn with detritus. Remnants of people have definitely been down here from time to time. As I said, there's a few more sort of carved names on the walls. There's remnants of what looks like a fire on the floor in one of the rooms. A scorched path and patch on the flagstones.
It's like we have found a meeting place for some children, but nothing more. Are you sure this is the right area, or will this?
Don't think so, unless there's like any ways to open like a wall up or a secret entrance. I'm not seeing this to be the right way.
Did either of you step on that plaque in the other room?
Like step on it, like pressure plate?
Yeah, or at least if it sounded hollow when you stepped on it, you know, if you any tapping on it or anything like that, like it might have been a way down.
You know what? I'm gonna go right there. I'm gonna check that.
Okay, well, you like stamping really hard or hitting it with something that would make a clanging noise.
Yeah, I'm just starting like knocking on it, listening, and then probably try to push pressure on it.
Putting pressure on it doesn't seem to do. I think just knocking it on with your fist. I mean,
You could tap it with a bit of a knife or something like that.
Yeah, give me a listen roll.
Keeper, as that's happening, can I do a spot hidden roll? I'm looking for like any I don't know, like a secret passage, a lever, something.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden, please.
I mean, 7 points of luck. It's fine. That's what luck's there for, right?
You're spending that 7 points of luck, so you go tap, tap. It's like a tap, tap, toom, 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 tap, tap, tap. Definitely sounds like the space underneath it. And Ignatius, as he's doing this, you looking around, you can see the crack. There's no mortar surrounding that stone. It's not mortared into the floor. It's not joined to any of the other flagstones.
I'm gonna point that out.
Let me test, and I'm trying to lift the stone.
You're trying to just lever it up, or just straight up lift it.
Yeah, just get like the nails in between and start levering it out, and then yanking it out to the side.
Give me a strength roll, please.
Actually, I'll help with my sword cane. I'll try to get my sword cane in the gap.
Give me a strength roll as well, then, Mortimer. If doing it, it can be a joint one.
Oh, can I assist, or is it just a joint one?
There you go.
You can assist.
I'm just getting ready to assist.
Yeah, it's just getting ready to assist with your sword cane, and yeah, Maximilian
Yeah, I just rolled my sleeves up and he's already
Yeah.
done it.
pulls the stone aside, and you see beneath it, essentially, a dark shaft about. Get my distances right. Probably at 5 meters deep.
Hmm.
Down, you can see seems to be if you like shine the lantern light down, you can see it descends like 5 meters down to essentially a lower tunnel beneath.
Right, and then there's after 5 meters, there's like dirt floor
Yes,
or
yes.
stone floor. All right.
Maximilian?
The way to climb down there, like ladders or something.
Anything?
There is no ladder now.
Any rope? Anything?
I think
There
we'll
is no
probably
rope or ladder here currently now.
Ignatius, you wanted to ask something?
How are you so strong?
That's called training.
What did you train?
I walked a lot and I lifted a lot.
What did you lift?
He also fought lions when he was on his adventures in Africa.
Totally, yes. Bare-fisted.
God damn. I don't know what those lions did to you, but they must have made you mad. Okay, well, I'll lead the way, and I just plop through.
5
Can't go
meters.
out.
You just drop it down.
Nope.
That's quite a
You
ways.
say 5 meters to be clear, not 5 feet.
My American.
Ignatius, you're
15
I might
feet.
want to shove him out of the way if he tries.
You're
You're not
Actually,
going
to
to
be
jump
fair,
down there.
hang on. We're in Victorian England. I shouldn't be using feet here. 15 feet. We don't want any of that continental nonsense. One of these meters. 15 feet.
Yeah, it's quite a drop. We'll probably need a couple of ropes by the look of it.
Yeah, especially because we're not going to get out if we don't have any.
Yeah, I'd like to have a backup rope.
oh,
We should
When we do
probably
find-
tie it up here somewhere.
I was going to say, when we do find some rope, are there any good attachment points, either above at the ceiling, or the ceiling too high, or is anything
The
in the
ceiling
room?
is like brick vaulting.
What we could do is like get like a 2 long sturdy pieces of wood and put them like on a cross and tie it to that, and then use the flooring on the sides as
Or we could get metal spikes and just drive them into the floor in the gaps between the stones.
something like that. Yeah.
right, well, let's make our way back. Well, some of us should make our way back to purchase a few supplies.
Before we go anywhere, could I do a listen just to see if I can hear anything down at the bottom of the...
Yeah, give me a listen check, please. First, nothing but silence from the hall. And then just for the briefest of moments, you swear you hear the sound of dragging footsteps and the racket of a chain. And it fades up again.
I swear I heard something down there. Something like dragging a foot on the floor, rattling, sort of a chain rattling a bit. I mean, it was very faint. I'd only heard it for a moment, but I think there's something down there.
Yeah.
Should probably close the whole thing up before we leave. Just put the stone above it again.
I feel someone should stay here to make sure that nothing comes out. There are occasions where once you've opened an entrance, it becomes open for the other side, and I don't know if removing this rock would have dispelled any protections left behind.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna go and grab rope.
So who's going to stay and who's going to shop?
I'll stay.
I will stay as well. Perhaps my well gun and knowledge of things will be useful.
I should stay. Sometimes it's best that I don't spend too much time with normal people.
Okay,
Right.
so it's myself and John who's shopping.
Yep.
Okay, so you notice Maximilian D'Angelo waiting behind in the. Are you staying down in the cellar to wait, with just like the lantern lights, or are you going back up into daylight?
Seeing, but
Okay, waiting down there in the dark damp of the cellar, whilst John and Mortimer nip back to town to buy rope. Anything else you wanted to get whilst you're there?
I think we'll probably buy. We've got an idea of the distance, so we're probably going to buy. I think a couple of lengths of rope.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like maybe one with a grappling hook type thing on for climbing. On the off chance, if we end up, we could do with that just in case. Well, basically, if we take a rope with us with a
So
grappling
rope you can find easily. Grappling hook.
Well, you know what I mean, that sort of thing.
Possibly harder to obtain.
True. There would be hook, like bale hooks.
Yeah, you can get just like a hook. It's not going to be like a proper grappling hook. It's just like a hook you can attach a rope to, like a baler's hook.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Because of farmland and stuff, they'd have that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just so we could take a rope with us on the off chance something happens to the one we've secured.
Okay, so 2 bits of rope, a hook. Any other weird and wonderful supplies whilst you're back in town?
Metal spikes, sort of like railroad spike type things, just basically to secure the rope somewhere.
Yep. And what manner of lanterns do we have? Are they oil lamps, or are they carbide type lamps, or?
Probably oil, to be fair, I think, that time. There's also, we could see if there's anywhere that sells machine guns as well. We could do with one each, really.
There's no machine gun shops in town. I'm just looking up. Carbide lamps have been invented, but they're not widespread.
Okay.
So if we were in a city, there's a chance, but here, probably not.
Okay.
Well, almost more likely the other way. You might find someone selling it in like a caving or camping.
Not true.
But yeah, we'll say we've got oil lamps.
Okay, I'll just get a tin of oil spare to take with us.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an idea. And John's idea with the marbles is a good idea. I'll see if we can get hold of some as well.
You can get a box of marbles as well.
I asked the last time. Could I have that?
Yeah, no, John's got his marbles. He's got all of his marbles.
He's probably going to lose them down there.
I could do with some.
If I remember you had marbles, this session could be John loses his marbles in the But yeah, you're able to obtain your supplies, and as the others two are off on their shopping trip, is there anything those left behind want to do other than just waiting?
Shopping wise, what sort of time of day is it? Because we've obviously been searching around for a bit.
By the time you've gone to the shops and come back, it'll be early afternoon.
So what we'll probably do is grab some sandwiches or some sort of food for us.
I'm not going to play out the shopping bit because you can find these things in town.
Yeah, there'll be stuff. It'll just something to tide us by because lunchtime.
So yeah, whilst the others are off on their little shopping expedition, is there anything that those left behind in the dark cellar want to do other than wait?
D'Angelo's going to search for any signs of occult, magical things, any archaic runes, anything weird.
Not in this cellar, apart from the inscription on the paving stone. This just appears to be a cellar.
Keeper?
It is strange.
Yes.
Pardon the pun, but this is going to be a shot in the dark. I'm going to try to use my dream lore skill. I'm going to look around and see if anything vibes with my dream lore.
There is no sign of anything occult apart from the inscription on the paving stone. This is essentially it's a cellar. I don't want to get your hopes up that this is an abandoned ancient cellar.
Yeah, Maximilian would just sit there and with the legs crossed and the gun over his lap and waiting for anything to come up or for the others to come back.
So, we'll pick up in a few minutes' time as the others return from their shopping trip, and we descend into the darkness below. I think this is a good time to take a break so that I don't have to interrupt the actual horrible underground creepy maze. Alright, see you in 10 minutes. So, John and Mortimer have returned from their trip into Brichester with ropes, hooks, spikes, and oil. Perfectly
skull.
normal items that nobody looked at them questioningly for buying.
And marbles.
And marbles.
Extra marbles.
Extra marbles. One can never have too many marbles.
We're going to lose them all.
And yeah, you've returned to the dark of the cellar where the other three are waiting next to the flagstone with the Latin phrase inscribed in it. It says Scienta Patentus Est.
All right.
Anything exciting happened while we were gone?
No. Just sitting there, waiting.
You ready?
Anyone peckish before we head down?
That's true. We picked up food for everyone.
Oh, that sounds like a plan.
Right. After a brief pause for sandwiches.
Alright, I will set up the rope. And then I will look for a good spot to tie the rope down, and either just embed one of the stakes into the ground and tie it that way, or use it with one of the cellar poles.
There's pillars around as well, but
Pillars.
whether they're any near us.
Yeah, if you put enough rope, you should stretch it all the way back to the main undercroft chamber and tie it around one of the big brick pillars.
If there wasn't anyone nearby, we would have got a rope long enough to do that.
Yeah, you can do that. You can secure your rope. And now you see you've got a rope, and you've got this 15-foot drop into darkness.
Is it possible to knot the rope to make it easier in climbing down?
I'm going to say yes. If you knot the rope, it's just long enough, there's going to be a bit of a drop at the end, probably.
Fair enough. We won't. I think it's better to be on the safe side, because one of us is not going to pass that climb roll. Two of us are probably not going to pass that climb roll.
What climb roll? Why did you think that I'd make you do a climb roll?
Yeah.
I'm going to go down first, and I'll catch whoever's fallen.
Well, what we can do, because we brought 2 ropes, we can tie a rope around your waist, and the rest of us can hold on to it to give you a bit of help if you need to. And we can do that for everyone coming down, except for the last person who'll have to bring the rope with them.
All right.
Okay, Maximilian, you're going down. Give me a climb roll with a bonus die, because you know how much I like climb rolls.
Bonus die? There you go.
Yes. So you climb down the knotted rope into so there's about like a 2-foot drop off the end of the rope, but you don't need the rope to touch the actual floor. The walls are of this shaft of brick, damp and almost slimy to the touch with, you know, that I guess it's some sort of slime mold bacterial mat that you get, and that sort of black damp slime you get where places have been exposed to damp for a long time. This clings to your fingers where you brush them against the wall.
Disgusting.
The ground at the bottom, your feet touch, it's definitely solid ground rather than dirt. It seems to be brick lined, but again, covered in this black slime, this rotted slime that covers the ground. It's dark down here. You seem to be at the beginning of a passage, narrow brick lined passage.
There are multiple directions, or is just
leads off in one direction from the foot of this shaft.
all right. Well, I guess we have an entrance here. You guys can come down. There's nothing here down there.
I'll go next.
Alright, everyone climbing down. It's a climb roll with a bonus die. Don't forget your bonus die. To descend downwards. D'Angelo makes it to the bottom without incident.
That's disgusting.
I'll guess I'll be the last person without the rope being secured.
Yeah, you still got the bonus die because there is a rope here.
Oh, fair enough.
Climb down.
I'll bring the other rope
Not
down
fair.
with me.
Ignatius and John, both of you have not managed to Ignatius, John, and Mortimer, unless any of you have got any luck to spend. All three of you don't do a particularly good job of climbing down this hole, and you will each take a point of damage for the various scrapes and bruises you obtain along the way. Like, it's not serious energy. It's more like there's a bit too much swing, and you hit your elbow against the side of the brick, or you like scrape it yourself, and you end up like inelegantly at the bottom. How inelegant is up to you, but yeah, you don't take serious harm, but you've got some bruises.
Can I do a first aid roll to treat everyone's bumps and scrapes?
There's not really any like active wound or bleeding here.
No. Because otherwise it would have just given us all 1 point back.
Okay, you can all take 2 points of damage and have a first
No,
aid.
No, it's okay. We'll just go with what you said. It's just bruises, which I can't really treat other than putting down.
Like, there's not really much you can do for it down here.
When I'm going down the rope, I would imagine like I'm doing it really, really well, and then I get like cocky, like just before that 2-foot drop off, and I'm like, yeah, this is going great. I knew I was awesome at this, and then and then bam, my shoulder right into the wall, and I'm like, oh god, why? Why do I do these things?
Oh, we have certainly not been quiet, but we've made it safely.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself safely. Look at my shoulder. Look at my capes. They're dirty.
Oh no, not your capes.
And the tunnel just leads in one direction, does it, from here?
It is in one direction. It's a narrow tunnel. Essentially, you'll be walking single file here.
Alright, I'm gonna be in front.
Maximilian at the front. Who's next?
I'll be just behind him to patch him up with bandages.
Okay, Mortimer second.
And I'll come after Mortimer.
John. Fourth.
D'Angelo will bring up the rear.
Ignatius, and last of all, D'Angelo. As you make your way, you're heading single file down this passage. The walls are slimy brick. The floor is covered in this layer of slime. The ceiling, brick again, but always seems to like bow in places under the weight of the earth above it. You see some places where there's a few loose bricks and trickles of soil that have crumbled through the ceilings. The weight of time is crushing this place.
Could I try a navigation roll to see if it's heading the direction we want to be, like towards the prison?
You can try, yes.
I can try. I've gotten pretty much nothing in navigation, but it's always worth it.
You want to navigate towards the prison?
I want to see which way the tunnel's leading. Yeah, we get that.
You're not entirely sure.
Let me think about that. I have no clue.
You're not entirely sure.
It's. I think they're curving slightly. I'm not sure where they're leading.
You're going somewhere.
We're
You're on a road
going
to
somewhere.
somewhere.
We're going that way.
Well, at least there's no, way to get lost as long as there's no crossroads.
True.
Can we tell about how long the passage is?
You can't see the end of it at the moment.
Okay.
The edge of your light,
So-
from the edge of your light, you can see just stretches onwards. It does appear like on the right-hand side there seems to be some entranceway leading off it, just towards the edge of where your lantern light reaches, Maximilian, at the front.
What gun has Maximilian got? I'm assuming he's got the lantern in one hand. Has he not got the gun prepared, or?
I have it like on the shoulder, so I can just drop the lantern or like.
Fair enough.
Put it
I was going to
aside.
offer a pistol if he needed it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean it's not the gun that I have is not the type for like close quarters, but it'll be fine.
It's okay. Because if it was like you needed both hands, I would have offered a pistol. So you had a hand, well, on the lantern as well. But onward we go.
It'll be fine.
Okay, so the passage leads onwards. As I said, after a short distance, you have a choice of directions. To the right-hand side, there's a dark entrance with a set of steps leading downwards, whereas ahead, the tunnel continues on the level.
Have we got any sounds coming from one or the other?
Give me a listen check, please. The air down here is cold, damp. I can't hear anything at the moment. At least Mortimer can't. Coming up behind Mortimer as you get closer, you hear, the rest of you hear, sound from down the steps. It seems to echo up towards you. Whisper of, supposing you it's almost like the whisper of the wind, which you shouldn't be able to hear down here. But second of all, you hear heavy, dragging footsteps. Drag. The rattle of a chain. It's the same sound you've heard before, John.
Okay.
It's coming from down the steps.
Yeah, there's that
narrow staircase.
Well,
there's
we'll
that
keep going.
Yeah, there's that sound that I heard before we went back to the shops. That
I'll give my lantern like back to one of you, and I'll have both guns and the gun at the ready. And then
As muted. Mortimer will basically transfer his sword cane, which is still just a cane, to his hand where he's carrying his doctor's bag, and he'll take the lantern because he's just behind Maximilian, and he'll hold the lantern up to above his head so he can have the light in front of him.
Perhaps we should consider not being here if that whatever comes up here.
Counterpoint, if we beat whatever that is, if we kill it, then maybe we will have completed the task.
I would not suggest it.
let's keep going and see. Maybe it's not gonna encounter us. Maybe it's just gonna make a lot of noise and put us on edge.
keep an eye out behind us then as we go.
Yeah.
Hey, which way are you going?
Which directions do we have right now?
Straight onwards. You're in this tunnel that's leading straight onwards. Or down to your right, there's this narrow set of steps leading down, which is where you heard the sounds from.
Question, party, as we decide that, I brought 4 decks of cards so I could take the cards and like leave a trail. I think we've all had that idea with various things. Strength of 2 cards in the deck plus jokers, etc., etc. But if I do that, then something else that's down here might see that, and that could lead it to us as well. So do we have a decision? Do we have a position that we want to take on?
It's your choice.
I think you should keep your cards.
Yeah.
But I will.
I mean, leaving a trail is probably not bad. You can just stick it in the gunk on the wall, and then it'll be on eye height.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go and take a look at the floor. Are there tracks from whatever is stomping around here?
The gunk on the floor here seems undisturbed.
All right.
Let's continue forward for now.
All right.
I will take out a deck of cards, and every approximately 50 feet, take a card and stick it to the gunk on the wall at eye level, as suggested.
Okay, so the corridor, so you're heading on the level, so you're not going down the stack. The corridor leads onwards for quite a long way. There's a few curves and bends in it, but mostly it's heading straight. until it comes at last, after about half a mile, to a set of stairs leading upwards. Brick steps leading up.
Sure. Let's go up here. See if there's another way out.
And at the
Alright.
top of these steps, you find solid wooden boards blocking the entrance ahead.
It nailed in from the outside or the inside?
You can't see any nails on this side. It looks like whatever is done is secured from the other side.
I'll put my ear up to the up to the wood and try and listen in. Is this the
Give me a listen check, please.
boarded up one maybe in the tavern that we know about? 4 points of luck, I guess.
You hear sound. There's not really any close sounds on the other side. You do hear like a muffled stamping of feet and then a whistle blowing.
Are there any cracks in the planking that we can peep through?
Not enough that they're letting any sort of meaningful light through now.
So I
You hear
think
the blow of a whistle, tramping of feet, something on the other side, but you can't make it out that clearly.
yeah, I think we're near the train station. The whistle. There's a lot of feet walking around.
Was it? What sort of whistle was it? Was it like a police whistle or a train whistle?
like a police whistle.
So it could be the prison.
Oh, that might be true too. Well, we're not getting out here without making some sort of noise. I think I'm gonna draw like a knife and scratch like an X into the wood, so that we know we were there, and that there's a way out, and then can just turn around.
What direction was that sound you heard coming from the dragging feet and chains and stuff like that? What direction was that from?
I think that was
here?
from down below, before the last intersection.
The other direction.
Yeah, exactly.
So this looks like this could be the way it leads into the prison.
Maybe, yeah, that's a possibility.
I suppose we should continue deeper into the dark. Unless you all wish to turn back.
Well, it doesn't matter whether we wish to or not, we can't. So,
Very well.
You're heading back to the top of the steps that lead into darkness. Back away from the boarded up entrance.
yes,
Following
because
back, you see the cards still stuck to the slime in the walls. So you come back to the top of the steps. You see them descending down into the dark.
Sit down.
I think I should take lead on this, since I'm the reason why we're here. I'm the reason why all this hell has been unleashed. That's okay with you, Maximilian? I think I need to be accountable.
I'm not sure if it makes sense. You're not very good at evading hits. Don't you worry. We're friends, right? We take care of each other. No, keep going in front.
You are my friend, Maximilian. You're all my friends.
it'll all work out in the end.
He said as he walked into a death trap and died.
Chainsaw, boom!
So are we sticking to the original marching order as we descend?
Yeah, I
the
think that's
steps?
probably best.
Okay, as you cross the threshold, I need each of you to make me a sanity roll, please. As you begin to descend these steps.
You can spend
Maximilian
luck
is
on this,
holding
right?
his nerve. And so are most of you, in fact.
Can you spin luck on a sanity roll? I don't
No, you
I don't
cannot.
think so.
D'Angelo, at the very back, last of the group to enter. You hesitate on the threshold for a moment, the creeping fear sinking into you. This is a place of death. This is a place you're not supposed to be. You will lose a point of sanity as you hesitate on the threshold, as you know that this is dangerous. You know you shouldn't be here. But the others are already descending ahead of you.
Continue forward.
Down and down and down the steps go. The lantern light reflecting off the walls. The bricks are now almost entirely obscured behind this wretched, this rotted black slime, this mat of fungus and decay. As you reach the foot of the stairs, path divides left and right. In the darkness, each way seems very much the same as the other. You can hear it now, closer. The dragging of feet, the rattling of a chain. Something is drawing nearer. Left or right? Or stay put?
Where's the sound coming from?
You can listen check. Coming from the left.
Should we go towards it, or should we just avoid
It's
it?
getting closer.
I think we should just try
Avoid
to
it.
avoid it.
All right, I'm gonna go right.
Okay, you go right. If anyone else wants to deviate from the group or do anything else, let me know.
No,
A few
I
paces
think
on, the path divides again.
Right now it's behind us, so I'm gonna go left.
Okay, and again, in the dark, the path divides.
Another left.
Everyone else, you're following. Are you moving slowly or are you moving at pace now?
Fairly quickly, but relying that Ignatius still puts up like stuff in the gunk.
Right. So based off of how many the feet last time of the half mile, as well as how many cards there are in a deck of cards, I used 50 out of the 50. I think it was 6 with the jokers and whatnot. So I'm on deck number 2.
yeah, you just need to put them every time we change direction, really, so we know which route to take.
Oh, okay. I've been doing one every 50 feet.
That's okay, but you can always just change when you get low on cards, because
Gotcha.
it makes sense, but either option works.
D'Angelo, at the back of the group, you could hear something behind you. And it's getting closer. Maximilian at
pick
the
up the
front of the
pace.
group, left or right?
I'm gonna take right.
Okay.
Need to pick up the pace.
Yeah, on it.
Left or right?
Left.
The sound behind you fades a little. It's not directly behind you, don't think anymore, D'Angelo.
I think we've lost it for now.
Jump scare. 3, 2, 1.
A wind whistles through the maze. And for just a second, whistles over you, the lights of your lanterns flicker in their holders,
Oh, great.
threatening to go out. Feebly struggling through. Can you give me a group luck roll, please?
I'm at
Who has the
18.
lowest luck?
Somebody below 18?
I have 30.
Oh well. I guess it's my job to be unlucky. Or not.
The lights flicker for a moment, but they hold steady. You still have light.
Oh yeah, I think Ignatius needs to add luck from the last game. He was
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
I
That's okay.
did. Yeah.
That's okay.
You still have light.
Well, let's go. Keep going.
Left or right?
Oh,
Are the two paths identical? Now that we have a
As
moment
far
to
as you
think.
can tell. What are you looking for? What are you looking for to distinguish them?
we have movement of
Any
air.
markings?
Yeah, D'Angelo, give me a spot hidden. Go for it. Search around, see if you can find anything.
We
I
have
think
movement of air for like a second. Where did it come from and where did it go?
I think Mortimer will probably look for like the coat of arms
You
and
can blow
things.
through from behind you. You can't
Alright.
see. Are you like the Mortimer? Are you like wiping the slime from the walls? Is that it?
He's absolutely not touching the walls at all. He's
You
looking.
cannot see any sort of distinguishing like signs or sigils now.
Can't make any heads or tails of the passageways, so I guess, Mr. Johnson, your instinct is best.
Any footprints ahead of us? Well, actually, I can't tell because Max is in front, isn't he? Is the corridor only wide enough for one person?
Wide enough for one person, yes. I think you could edge past someone, but it's not like easy strolling past. You can just like.
That's okay.
All right, so I'm gonna just take the left this time around, and just keep going with the others.
As you head onwards, you reach another junction, another left and another right. This time you can hear a sound from ahead of you. You can hear the stamp, drag, thud, the rattle of a chain from the left-hand branch ahead of you.
All right, so we're just gonna go take the right one. And keep going.
The right-hand branch onwards. You can hear the sound now behind you again, the dragon stamp of feet. It's close by. All it needs is just a moment to catch up with you.
I'll keep going, and I'll just take the right.
Is there any logic to your choosing here? Or are you just choosing random and hoping for the best?
I'll choose on instinct.
Okay.
Just on split-second decision, whatever feels correct.
So choice after choice in this dark slime tunnels until you reach a junction that looks like the ones you've passed before, except for something. 2 of diamonds stuck in the damp, slimy wall of the passage.
All right. I'll keep going.
In a circle at some point.
So now I should be able to see, like, we came from here and went to there. So I'm just gonna go and follow the corridor again, so it doesn't catch up. But take the next crossroads. I'm gonna take one that does not have a card.
Okay, you come to so you're heading back the way you came, but taking different options.
Exactly. I'm basically knowing when we have like a 3-way crossroads, right? The T-junction. And if we've been there, but we haven't been in the junction that we came from right now, that means we have been to both of the other sides. So I'm gonna take one of them at random and then choose the next one that does not already have a card on it.
Okay, so as Maximilian is choosing the passages at the front, do the rest of you want to do or think, or are you just following Maximilian and trusting in him to find you a way through this place?
D'Angelo is going to try and see if there's any logic to the maze based on mazes he may have read about in mythology.
Okay, give me a navigate roll. See if you can discern any logic to this place.
Would he be able... Because this is sort of a problem, to solve it, wouldn't it be like intelligence or something like that?
If you could see it all laid out and knew the passages, then yes.
Yeah.
You're essentially trying to keep track of where you've come from and where you've been and where you currently are.
Yeah. I think Mortimer will probably
More
just
about your sense of direction and place.
It's true, yeah. I think Mortimer will just focus on trying to hear any sounds around him and see if there's any extra signs of anything different, really.
Okay. Well, would either give me a listen or a spot hidden then? Your choice. Whichever you want to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
As Maximilian is making his choices, you spot something. A doorway and arch to the left at this junction. And this new junction that you've so far not travelled down before. Looks different. The passage beyond it doesn't look the same as the other passages you've passed before. The walls look less gunk covered, essentially.
Oh, is this a
patches of brick through it on that left-hand passage.
Has something changed?
Already the others ahead of you. Maximilian's already like hurrying on the pace. So if you want to stop and look.
Yeah, I'll tap Max on the shoulder and say that way looks different for some reason, and I'll point out to him.
Am I seeing any differences?
Yeah, you can see now Mortimer's pointing out, you can see the slime here, there's patches of brick showing through. It looks cleaner, perhaps. The air smells perhaps a little fresher. D'Angelo at the back, you can hear the stamping getting closer. And the shadow of your light, you can see just coming around the edge of the tunnel just behind you. This dark
It's
shape.
here we need to keep moving. It's here we need to keep moving.
Okay. Move. Walking or running here?
I'm not gonna run. I mean, fast walking. Like keep the feet on the ground because there's the gunk all over. I don't want to risk somebody falling.
Okay, so you're not running essentially. You're not running at your maximum speed.
Yeah.
Or jogging.
You're jogging.
Olympic walking.
So let's say you're probably moving at a John Greaves speed.
Okay.
Yeah, slowest in the group. Yeah.
So as you begin to jog down this left-hand passageway. As you turn the corner, D'Angelo, the footsteps are drawing closer. Whatever this thing is, it is moving faster than you are. It is gaining on you rapidly.
We need to move faster now.
All right, I'm gonna go and put my back to the wall and let the others pass.
Drawing closer, I want all of you to give me a sanity roll, please. This thing is about to be upon you. It's getting closer. You need to run, or it's going to catch you.
All right, I'm not gonna.
Anyone who fails, you lose 1 point of sanity. The panic, the dread, this creature in the dark getting closer and closer behind you. This panic fills you.
I'm gonna let the
Apart
other.
from Ignatius. The irrational panic hasn't hit him yet. Oh, rational panic. So yeah, are you ready?
I think so. I'll let the others pass me because I want to be in between them and the creature, whatever it is.
Okay, so Max, you guys squeezing in against the wall in this junction and letting the others run past you.
Slimy gunk on my back.
I say run. Ignatius and D'Angelo, you are behind John. As we have established, John Greaves is not a fast man. So, Mortimer, if you're running, you're able to sort of begin to put some distance between you and the others. You're muted.
I just realised that. Basically, he's going to be just in front of Max, really, because he wants to be close to provide medical attention to
Suddenly
whoever.
Max has shrunk against the wall. Max is letting other people get past him, so you also
I'll
not
go
running.
I'll go past him, then I'll back into the side so people can go past.
Okay, so
Just
you
to make
two
sure if the
are
creature
waiting
catches
behind.
up. Yeah, if it catches up with him, at least I'm closer by.
So yeah, you
nothing
see
stuns.
the others come running as fast as they can past the two of you, yeah?
And I will push myself up against the wall after Mortimer, just to let the other two go by.
everybody's trying to sacrifice
Okay,
themselves.
so we've got a new
Yeah.
order. Max at the back, Mortimer, John, and then Ignatius is now at the front, and D'Angelo. Ignatius and D'Angelo, the others are letting you go past them.
Yep.
As you
I
hear
go,
this thing coming round the corner behind you. There's a
Can I see
creature
it?
as D'Angelo, just as you pass by John, those of you, so Mortimer and Maximilian, who were waiting and watching, something comes into view around the corner. Ignatius, D'Angelo, and John, are you keeping running, or are you waiting to see what's behind you, like these two are?
D'Angelo's continuing to move.
Okay.
I will not leave my friends behind, D'Angelo. We need your magic sword. It's time to be a warrior.
You haven't got long to the side here. It's run or stay.
I'm staying.
Okay. So, Ignatius, Maximilian, and Mortimer. John, running or staying?
I'm staying.
Okay, everyone but D'Angelo. Give me a sanity roll, please, as this thing comes around the corner and you can see it. Maximilian is now the closest.
That's the third 69. Nice.
Okay. D'Angelo, you can't see. You're rounded the corridor and turned into a chamber beyond, and we'll get to you in a moment. But first of all, Ignatius and Mortimer, both of you lose a point of sanity.
Oh.
I think I'm going to make you, Maximilian and John, roll for yourselves, so I can't take responsibility for that.
What would you like rolled?
Give me a 1d10, then add an extra 1 to it for good measure.
Oh, yay.
As
Great.
this creature
That's
comes
5.
around the corner. So, I believe I need, first of all, an intelligence roll from Maximilian, and
It's just something big and scary. I'm gonna shoot it.
I think, John, I think you have passed below your daily limit of sanity loss anyway. You're beyond the point where an intelligence roll can save you, so please, John Greaves, roll me 1d10 as you descend into a bout of madness. Maximilian, unless you've passed below your daily limits.
When I have another point left in my daily limit.
Okay, you are able to rationalize this away as you've got a gun, there's a big thing.
It's a minotaur or something. I'm just gonna shoot it. It's gonna die like anything else. I don't care what it is.
Okay. John, as this thing rounds the corner, you catch a brief glimpse of this great, bloated figure, this gleam with its own glistening iridescence in the light. Your lanterns, its body covered in this slick slime of rot, and then the whole world goes dark, John. The lights all go out. You are in utter blackness. You cannot see anything.
Can I hear anything?
You can hear, yes, but you cannot see. You can hear it getting closer. You can hear the sound of this great, bloated body. You see its everyone but John sees its hands reaching out, toothed jaws in the palm. You see there's nothing where its head should be, but this strange metal device that seems to emerge from the stump of the head itself. There's chains hanging, rattling from its limbs, almost like they're nailed through the bloated flesh themselves. And Yeah, as it draws nearer,
I'ma shoot it.
Maximilian. Yeah. You aim and take a shot.
Extreme. That's another 10 on top of that. So that's 16 damage.
Okay. As it comes lumbering towards you down the corridor. Great, vast creature. It's moving. You say it's lumbering, but it's moving quite fast for its size. It's closing the gap between it and you. As it closes the gap, it reaches for Maximilian. Its hand reaches out. You see the jaws in the palm of its hand open as it reaches to grasp and grab at your flesh. To roll on here temporarily. Well, I guess I can still roll. Are you going to try and fight back or dodge as this toothed hand reaches for you?
I think I'm not gonna have time to reload the damn thing. I'm just gonna
fight back would be like melee sort of.
Yeah, I'm gonna
just anyway. Yes.
I'm just gonna bonk it with my gun.
Okay, I'm gonna try and fight back. Give me a fighting brawl, please. With.
Is it close enough for Mortimer to shoot?
We'll get to you in a moment.
Oh.
Fighting brawl.
Somehow, that is a hard success, which beats its success. You are as it's to strike it, giving the damage you get for essentially. All this. Butt of gun would be, I guess, a simple sort of. Club or something. Let's call it a 1d8 plus your damage bonus.
That might be more than I get when I'm shooting the damn thing.
Look, sometimes it's effective. So as you're swiping this thing.
Oh, that's mistype. That is a mistype.
Your damage bonus is most certainly not 11d4. Like, I know you're strong, but
not that strong.
This is when we reveal that Maximilian Johnson is in fact the avatar of Cthulhu walking on Earth.
Just start spenthering people.
Okay, yeah. So Maximilian has close quarters. He is fighting this thing. He is going to brawl with this monstrous creature that has been walking the maze. The Mortimer, you're there. Maximilian is fighting this thing. What are you doing?
Well, I've got a pistol drawn, so I'm going to take a shot at it. Okay. Would this be close range?
It'll be close range. However, that bonus is counteracted by the penalty for the fact that you're shooting into combat, into melee combat, essentially, and you're trying, I would presume, not to shoot Maximilian.
No problem. Straight roll.
Straight roll.
Now, this.
The gunshot rings loudly in this space, with the gunshot echoing. D'Angelo, you hear it behind you as you step through into this arched brick chamber with 3 doorways leading into it. It's essentially it's a 6-sided chamber. 3 of these sides have doors. The other 3 appear to contain shelves, bookshelves. Like, the place is darker than the light of your now swinging lantern if you come running into this space. The ceiling is vaulted brick, like the other rooms you encountered, but there is an iron ring for candles hanging from it, currently without any candles in, but it seems hanging from the center of the ceiling. And beneath it, in the center of the room, is a plinth or an altar on which rests a single book. There are other books on the shelves rattled shelves around the walls, but in the center of this plinth there is just a single book lying open in the center of this room.
I'm just gonna take the book. Get up out of here.
Okay, you're just going to run forward and grab this book. As you draw close, you see it is a large, like, essentially illuminated manuscript, like an old folio. These are parchment pages. Have you ever seen pictures of, like, old, like, monastic illustrated tomes with got marginalia and decorated sides and, like, carefully written Latin script? And it's a heavy, big book, essentially. Like, you've got a lantern in one hand, and you can just kind of, like, you're gonna have to pick up this big, heavy book.
He'll pick it up and kind of close it and kind of pin it against his chest so he can still hold the lantern in one hand and the book against his chest. And I guess he'll try and go back for the others now that he's solved this.
You want to turn back towards the sound of gunshots. Turn back towards the sound of fighting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he does.
So, as the gunshot rings out, as the bullet glances off the brickwork, Ignatius, you are behind, I think based on the order, you are behind Maximilian, Mortimer, and John. You're the furthest back in this corridor.
I am. Ignatius doesn't know how this is going to work, but he's going to try to cast Abyss of the Mind's Eye on the monster.
Okay. So have you cast this spell successfully before?
Yes.
Ah, yes, this was the smell of the sulfur. This was the... You cast it on your greatest nemesis, the maid. Okay, so I believe this one has a contested power roll. If I am remembering correctly. This means give me a power roll, please.
Oh. I would need to spend 9. Can I spend luck on this?
If you wish, you can spend luck to make it a success, yes. If you wish, you can spend it all the way down to a hard success if you want.
I rolled an 89. I'm gonna spend the 9 points to make it a success.
You push. You feel that you're getting through, you're breaking through, but then you feel something push back against you. A mind stronger and stranger and altogether more powerful than almost anything you've come across before. Quite everything. But far more strong-willed and able to defend itself than Agnes Purton was. As it pushes back against you, you almost recoil this back, like this slimy touch against the inside of your mind. It's like caress on your own mind as it reaches out back towards you. As your spell does not seem to affect it.
Okay. At that point, I'm just gonna walk forward and hold.
You will, however, have to pay the cost of the spell still.
Sure.
So any sanity and magic point loss are still deducted.
Alrighty, so it's 1d3 sanity and 10 magic points. So.
Yes, it is.
So let's see here. I will spend. There's that. And then. Alright. -1 on D3. That's my turn, Keeper.
Okay. John.
Hmm.
You can't currently see anything. You can hear horrible sounds. You heard a gunshot ring out. You heard sounds of fighting. But you can't see anything.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
All right. Well, there's not much for me to do. I suppose I could try moving away from what I think, or what I remember the monster's direction being.
You can hear the sound where it seems to be. It's the only corridor. As you back away, you Ignatius, you see John sort of backing away, like towards you. John, you kind of strike Ignatius behind you.
I'm sorry, man. I'm blind. I can't see.
It's okay.
Ignatius, if you want to let him past you, you can, or otherwise you can leave him be.
I'm gonna, I like kind of like brace him and be like, do you want to keep going, or do you want me to hold on to you and keep you here?
Just let me past.
All right, I'll let him pass. Stop throwing your elbows.
Sorry.
You're gonna hit the wall and hurt yourself.
Okay, we're back round to Maximilian, who's now close up and personal with this thing. It's great. Slimy, blubbery mass of a creature.
I'm just gonna keep bashing.
Okay, you're gonna keep like.
There's still friends behind me.
Okay.
I need to.
This time, as you strike out, it is going to try and fight back.
I'm gonna spend the 12 points to make this an extreme success.
Okay, so that is extreme success, which beats a hard success. So roll me the damage. You're striking at this creature once more, as it's fighting back. It is going to try and sink its mouth, sink its teeth into it, trying to get a hold on you. You can fight back or try and dodge against this.
I'm gonna dodge. I need to get back. I'll start pushing the others.
Okay.
Behind me.
Dodge, backing away. Give me a dodge roll, please.
Not enough.
No. You're pushing the back, but this corridor is clogged with people. There's too many people, this narrow space, and his hands grab hold of you, and you feel as its mouth sinking into your flesh, as if the teeth sink in.
Shocky.
Ooh, okay. Take 4 points of damage as its teeth sink in this wound. Pain sears through you. And it lets you go.
It lets me go.
Yeah, it lets go. Yeah, it's strange because you hear a sound. This thing doesn't have a head, and the sound seems to be coming from the very hand, the very mouths that just held you. It's kind of almost a chuckling noise.
I'm just gonna yell at it. How about you go and fuck off?
Mortimer, what are you doing?
Well, I think we're probably starting to back away. Max has started to back away, so Mortimer isn't the best of shots, so he's going to... We can't fight this thing. We really can't. We've got to get out of here. So he's going to start backing away, but he's going to try and aim at it with a view to, like, kneecap it effectively. So he's going to aim... not shoot this round, but he's aiming to try and slow it down so he can actually run away from it.
Okay. You're taking aim.
Taking aim and backing up.
Oh, I forgot something for Maximilian. There's horrible mouth sunk into you as teeth gnash you, as well as the actual physical damage. It's almost as you're backing away from it now. You're feeling its poisons, its own pull on you, reaching through your blood, reaching into you. Please deduct 5 points from your intelligence and 5 points from your power.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's not gonna be noticeable. I never had much of that anyway.
Okay, so yeah, Mortimer's taking aim. Maximilian backing away, and there's this deep wound on your arm. D'Angelo, from the back of the other side of you, come running behind Ignatius, putting this great book to your chest and holding the lantern.
I know.
D'Angelo remembers that it wasn't him that was supposed to be here, so he's going to give the book to Ignatius, hoping that that will meet the requirements for whatever we're here for.
Thank you.
Then I get.
So yeah, Ignatius just handed this really quite very large and heavy book. This is almost like a two-hander job for a book.
This should be what you're here for. I want to try rapid green decay on this creature.
Okay, have you used this spell successfully before?
I have. It's been a while, but I have done it.
Okay. In which case, give me... Does it require contested power? I cannot remember.
Contested power, yep.
Yes, give me a power roll, please.
Oh, quite shit.
That is a failure from you and a success from it.
Oh. Success?
That is a success.
You need to get going.
Do you have investigator stats
What?
max out at 100 for various things? Now is perhaps time to point out that that is not true for everything out there.
Dude, my magic sword doesn't help
As
this
if you
problem,
feel
I
it's trying
don't
to
think.
push back against you. This stronger, more powerful mind forcing you back, almost physically. You're like feet sort of pushing a little on the ground, and that brings us round to Ignatius. Yes, don't forget that.
I still pay the price, correct?
Yeah, you still pay the price. You still pay the price. That's only 1 point of sanity loss. That's not too bad. Ignatius, over to you.
So Ignatius's mind state is: I've tried to be heroic, I've tried to be brave, I've tried to fight fire with fire, I've tried to not run from everything and take life head on in this situation, and that has failed miserably. So it's time for what we in the business call a tactical withdrawal. And Ignatius goes, "We out," and then just runs. And if I pass John Greaves, I go.
I was right behind you. I hadn't gone.
I this way, John. This way,
You're
John.
dragging with you?
Yes, I have huge book, and then I like John. Like, oh God, oh my card. Oh, this is terrible.
What do you need to go with your huge book?
Oh,
The
library. That's right. Curate this, John. Curate this, and that's my turn. We're running.
Okay, so yeah, you begin to get back into that central chamber where D'Angelo had been moments before. John, you're being dragged. Have you any objection to this?
No objection.
Okay, as you're being dragged back, Maximilian, Mortimer seems to be taking aim at the creature. It's still moving towards you.
The others are running.
The others behind you are running. Yes.
All right. I'm just gonna turn and gonna shove Mortimer in the direction, but I'll keep between him and the creature and try to, get us safely.
So you're
away
still
from...
on the front line, still there at the front. As the creature reaches out once more with these toothed hands, these mouths, and devour you, soul and body.
Dodging again. Oh. Oh.
As it's both hands clasp onto you, toothed jaws sinking into you. Let's see, that was a fumble on your behalf in the trying to dodge it, and not an extreme success quite on its behalf.
Yeah, I might still survive this.
It's only 1 point of actual physical damage, but you will lose another 5 points points of your intelligence and 5 points of your power, and it's still holding you as it's sort of leeching you, pulling your very soul, your very life, your very being from your body.
I'll just scream and yell, run.
A scream rings out through the passageway. Mortimer, you've got your gun aimed on this thing. It's got Maximilian. What do you want to do?
Do I get a bonus for aiming?
Yes, you do. So bonus for aiming, bonus for close range, penalty for Maximilian being in the way. It shortens out at 1 bonus.
I'll get rid of that bonus and put 3 shots into it.
Okay. You're firing...
3 straight rolls, aiming to...
Just to clarify, it's being the creature?
Oh, yes. Basically. But backing up still. But yeah, I'll put 3 shots into it.
Okay. Backing up. Firing at this thing.
Should be okay as long as I don't fumble. Oh, actually, that's 1 shot. Damage is... Let's see. That's 1 damage.
Okay.
3. And I got an extreme success, but I rolled 1 for damage.
Yeah, so also add the max damage.
Which is D10, so 11. So it is 1 damage, 3 damage, and 11 damage.
Okay. Shots fire, striking anything out, sinking into its this strange, blubbery, like slime-covered flesh as it holds Maximilian's. Maximilian's scream rings out as your shot, echoing with your shots. Yeah, you fired your shots. Are you holding your ground, or are you backing away? This thing is not dead. It's still coming. It's not dead.
As Mortimer's taking shots, he's backing up anyway.
Okay, so you're backing up.
I'll try to back up too.
No, you can't back up.
All right.
D'Angelo, Ignatius and John have fled. Mortimer's backing up slowly, but essentially he's still there in the fight. Maximilian is in the grip of this creature. You've divested yourself of the book. What are you doing?
I'm just going to shoot it. I'm going to back up
Okay.
and shoot it.
So you're staying in this fight, you're backing up and shooting it, but you're still there, you're still moving. Not legging it, essentially.
Do I have a penalty because Mr. Johnson's in the way?
Yes. Unfortunately, yes, you do. So you're at a penalty because you are essentially shooting through. Yeah, so the bullet glances off the brickwork. Another shot echoing the space. I feel all of you are probably going to have a penalty to listen rolls once you get out of this place. There's been a lot of gunshots in a very enclosed brick tunnel. This is loud. Okay.
You backing up, I
This is it.
guess.
Backing up. Ignatius, you're in this central chamber. You can hear the sounds of gunshots, the fight behind you. You can't see it clearly because it's the way the corridor's curved slightly. Essentially, you and your blinded companion can try and make your way out of this maze. Or you
What's
can stay.
the first thing I do is I yell, "We are retreating. I can't lay any more cards. I have full hands. I'm going to, can I make Can I make a spot hidden check or like look for like a secret escape or anything?
So this, apart from the doorway you came into this room, there's 2 other doorways leading out of this room.
Since you oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
Since you said you're out of cards, I'll reach in my pocket and like bring out the marbles that I've got. Just hold them up in case they're useful to you.
I can't because I have you, John, and I have the book. I have plenty of cards. I don't have a free hand.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pick. Which direction is the closest or like the most direct towards me? Whichever one that is. I'm gonna pick that one, and I'm gonna
symmetrical
yell.
layout, so they're all the same, but
Sure,
left or right.
I'm gonna say left. I'm
Yeah.
taking the left direction. I'm gonna keep yelling that as I go left. I'm not gonna stop yelling that for another
Okay.
30 seconds. So there's no doubt that they know which way I went. That's
Alright.
my turn.
Okay. That brings us to John.
Hmm.
You've got your marbles?
Yeah,
And
got
you're
my
being dragged
marbles.
towards the left-hand door.
Okay, well, I'll keep going whichever way I'm being pushed.
Yeah. The panic is beginning to fade from you now, and with the creature out of sight and outside, the sight is beginning to return.
Oh,
It's
thank
still
God.
hazy, still dark shadows moving in the corners, and for a moment, like, Ignatius sort of looms and twists as this twisted shadow before you, before settling into his own body in his own shape.
Oh, Ignatius, that's you. Okay. Oh, God.
It's always me. It's always Ignatius.
All right, I can start to see again. Do I still have the lantern that I had, or did I drop that?
You did fail a sanity roll quite badly. You are lanternless.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Lantern has been dropped.
Right. Am I in any shape to light a candle that I had?
Yes, like hands shaking, you can get your candle lit, yeah.
All right, then I'll do that, and I'll follow wherever Ignatius is going.
Okay, as you follow after Ignatius back into the maze, we return back around to Maximilian Johnson, held in the grip of this creature.
Yeah, I think I need to rip myself out of this thing and start running.
Okay, I think that's going to be strength, I believe.
All right. No, I'm not getting there.
No, it has you held fast in its grip. And if it fails this, let's see. Yeah, in its very secure grip. It holds you fast, its mouth sinking in. Yeah, you're held in its grip. You're going to take another 1 point of damage and lose 5 more of your intelligence and 5 more of your power as it's just sucking the very life and soul from your body. As it holds you there. Mortimer. Maximilian, I don't think you're looking good.
I mean, I can if it continues like that, I can last like another 5 rounds.
Okay. Maximilian's fine, you don't need to worry about him.
This will be alright. Fucking run.
Yeah, Mortimer. What are you doing? You were backing away from this thing. If you back away much further, you're going to be like back around the corner, out of sight from it, towards the central chamber.
Yeah, he's not leaving sight at the moment. He's going to take another shot, but
holding your ground. So you have fired, was it 3 shots?
3 shots and 1 shot. I've got 2 shots left of this gun before I have to draw the other pistol. But which is unfortunately less damage as well. But I don't get the bonus for aiming because I'm moving, and so let's see. Is there any way I can try to shoot its arm, like its shoulder, to try and loosen its grip?
For a penalty die, yes.
I think we might need that. I don't think Max is going to overpower this thing. So I will try to take a shot to like an elbow or something like that.
Okay, with all bonuses and penalties, that balances out at 1 penalty die.
We shall see. And with a penalty, that's still a success.
Still a success.
Damage.
The shot hits it, and it's like blows through the soft flesh of its arm. It drops Maximilian.
I'm gonna start bolting.
Max, you hit the ground. We'll get to that on your turn, but yes. It's dropped Maximilian. Mortimer, your shot successful. You doing holding your ground or running?
Time to run for a life, I
Time
believe.
to run. Okay. D'Angelo, Mortimer's turning and running. Maximilian has been dropped.
I am going to go ahead and cast Create Mist of Riley, or Relay, or however you pronounce that.
Okay, have you cast this spell successfully before?
I have. It is my go-to spell at this point, I think.
Alright. Two magic points. This is instantaneous. So where are you placing this mist?
It's going to just kind of, I guess, obscure the focus on him, but with the idea being to coat the entire tunnel, cave, whatever,
Fill the corridor with this sea mist that rises.
to give everyone an opportunity to hide if possible, and then he's leaving.
Okay, so yeah, the air chills and there's this salt sea tang in the air as this sea mist rises from nowhere, filling the corridor, obscuring this thing from view, clouding your way. Yes, you're running, Ignatius. You're still running?
Yeah, I'm just like, John, we just have to go. They have to figure this out. We can't do anything now. And I just keep going.
Okay. As everyone turns and begins to run. So Ignatius and John, you're together. Mortimer and D'Angelo close. Maximilian, you're down on the ground. This creature looming over you, this mist rising around you.
Yeah, run. Just
run. Okay. I'm going to say, as you are that close to the creature, I'm going to ask you to give me a dodge roll to escape from this situation unhindered.
I'm gonna spend the 4 luck that I need.
Yes.
And get my luck down to 2.
You managed to escape from this creature. You're legging it back into the central chamber. D'Angelo and Mortimer, are you waiting for Maximilian, or are you just legging it of your own accord?
Mortimer's slightly faster than Maximilian, so he will be running, but he'll be making sure he's not leaving Max behind, basically.
So essentially you're waiting for Max, so you are a group...
Yeah, running, but not away from him, from the creature, but keeping distance.
D'Angelo, are you also waiting for Maximilian to catch up with you? Because remember, Maximilian is some distance behind, so it takes time for him to catch up.
He's giving him a few seconds to catch up.
Okay. So, as you are all now running and fleeing this thing that is still pursuing you, what is your goal here, everyone? I mean, I have a vague idea, but I just wanted to double check.
Trying to get out alive.
Okay.
Yep. Escape.
Could have a nice meal instead,
So,
you know.
For each of the groups, so
Sandwiches.
Ignatius and John and Maximilian, Mortimer and D'Angelo, would one of you give me a navigate roll, essentially?
One of us, or
whoever is taking the lead with finding the way out, you have a bonus die because of the trail of clues that you have left behind. So if you hit on a trail of clues, you've got that luck with you.
I think whoever's best will probably be the
So
one.
Maximilian seems to have a route for your three. He seems to be picking a direction. It's up to you want to ignore him and make your own roll, but Maximilian seems to have an idea.
But having said that, he didn't use the bonus dice, did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I rolled twice.
So that's Maximilian for that group.
To be fair,
Mortimer, you can either follow him or you can make your own roll and head on your own direction.
well, he was the one who chose the route in the first place, so I trust his sense of direction.
D'Angelo, do you trust him?
I am not good at navigation. Whatever Max does.
John and Ignatius, can one of you give me a navigate roll with a bonus die for the trail of clues? Whoever thinks they've got the best way of getting out of here.
How good are you?
I'm at a 10.
All right, then
Oh dear.
Okay. You're taking turns.
Oh,
Like,
actually,
you're not finding.
you could spend 8 luck out of your 99 luck to succeed.
Yes, you could spend 8 luck to make that a success if you
Let-
have the
let-
luck.
Let me spend the luck, please.
Oh yes, yes.
That's right.
You are
It's
allowed
been
to spend
32
luck.
luck if you want. For
You are
extreme,
allowed
for
to
the
spend
extreme,
luck.
yeah.
You have a lot of luck. Please spend it. This could be a life or death situation.
Okay, how much do I have to send for an extreme success?
To make it an extreme success, roll a 38. That would be 32 points of luck to make that an extreme success.
I'll spend it.
Okay. Yes. John has this. He's picking direction. He spots out of the corner of it. Wait, I know I've been here before. Like, level of land. You don't even know how he's navigating this well at this point. Perhaps this just reminds me of him of the stacks of a library. But he's able to find his way back to the entrance, back to the foot of that long staircase that led you down here in the first place. And you can hear behind you running footsteps getting closer. So Ignatius and John, you're at the foot of this staircase, and you can hear the sounds of people getting closer in a possibly slightly panicked manner.
We gotta go, John.
All right, let's
You
go.
first.
Okay, I'll try making the climb.
Well, this is just the steps at the moment. This is just,
Oh, the steps.
Oh.
Okay.
yeah.
And we can do that. We can do
Yeah,
steps.
yeah, you can do that. Stairs. I'm not quite as mean yet as the after climb rolls to get upstairs.
Oh god. One day.
That's only if someone brings, like, I don't know, a 98-year-old character, and I'm gonna. If you live.
I was an adventurer in my day, Sonny. It's like, okay, whatever you say, Grandpa.
Yes, so yeah, you head up the stairs. The other three of you reach the foot of the staircase not too long after them.
Can we hear the creature behind us still?
Yes.
Well,
As long as it's still behind us, we're running.
Up the slippery
If-
steps, up to the corridor above. Yes.
Is the mist of Rely still in effect? Is still hiding us?
Oh, you summoned it around you, so it's you are.
Just curious, just want to know what's the state of things.
I thought you were leaving it behind you. But yeah, there's still.
No,
there's
I was
still a
asking,
fog
is
in
it
the maze.
still? Okay.
Maybe I should have asked for a penalty on that navigate.
I don't know.
No, yeah, there's still this strange creeping fog throughout the maze, this salt sea mist rising from the ground, filling the air. It's strange, eerie, unsettling. But yes, Max, Ignatius and John, you reach the foot of the rope that leads up into the cellar of Risby Manor.
John, I don't know what to do because we have to take this book with us, but it's really big and I'm not good at climbing.
Do I still have a roll of rope with me?
Whoever had the spare rope, then yes,
well,
we can say it's you.
it's Mortimer
Only
or
one person
John.
has it.
Mortimer or John had the spare rope.
We did not leave the rope up and hanging down.
No, we left one rope hanging down, but
Yeah,
we took
one
the
rope
spare
hanging
rope
down.
with us.
There were 2 ropes. So if we say, we can say John has the spare rope.
Found me. John has it.
Okay. Then, well, why don't you climb up, and we'll attach bind the book to you on your back or something with this extra rope.
Maybe somebody could throw the book up because it's not too terribly high. I'm gonna. Ignatius is
15
gonna
feet?
climbing.
That's quite a ways to throw a very large book.
John, stop being a librarian and be shut up. Just shut up. With the talking, let
Remember,
talking.
this is like a chimney. It's like a narrow
Oh!
passage. Yeah.
Look at that! Is that even allowed? There's the threat of death, and suddenly he
Spider
can climb.
Ignatius.
I'm just. Oh God.
Yeah, he's sped up this ladder, leaving John at the bottom holding a book.
Yeah, as I'm climbing up, I'm like, oh my god, bravery. We tried that out, never again. Nope, back to intellectual cowardice.
Yeah,
That
I'm
is.
gonna tie the book to my back, and then I'm gonna climb right behind.
You are not there yet.
Oh, I'm not yet there. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Thought I had
So-
caught up. I'm sorry.
So, John, are you waiting for the others to catch up with this book, or are you trying to make some attempt to get to the top? You've
Well,
got a
try to-
rope, a book, and an Ignatius.
Is there enough rope dangling down that I can tie it around the book enough for Ignatius to pull it up and then cast the rope back down?
You can certainly try.
Okay. What would you like me to roll?
I think I'm going to ask for a group look roll for the two of you on this.
Okay.
So I think that would be... Actually, no, it might be John rolling now.
I got 21.
Okay, I have 67.
So 21 rolls.
Hey!
Yes!
You managed to haul this book up to the top. And you've just got the book up as the other three catch up with John at the bottom of the rope.
Hell yes.
All right. Go. This thing's still behind us, isn't it? I'll
I
listen.
believe so.
Give me a listen roll, please. You can still hear the sounds. It's hard to show if it's getting closer or if it's still down at the foot of the steps in the maze. Mortimer, you don't think it's up here in the corridor bit here?
All right. Go.
Okay.
I
Anyone
think
going
Mortimer
up?
will just...
Give me
Oh,
a climb
sorry.
roll, please.
Yeah, Mortimer will reload his gun whilst he's letting everyone else go. Is this with bonus or without bonus because of the rope?
You all have a bonus because of the rope. Ignatius doesn't need it because he is Spider-Man. His identity has been revealed.
I will
Ignatius Parker.
spend 18 points of luck to succeed on the climb.
Okay.
I'm on a hard success.
Load straight fails for me.
Yeah, so that is... Hang on. So with the bonus die, is that still a failure for John? Is John still down the bottom?
Yes.
Yeah, panic and adrenaline, your fingers slip on the rope, you're struggling, like, going down, like, gravity is on your side, you're going to get to the
That's
bottom
true.
one way or another. Going up, currently, John and Mortimer are stuck at the bottom still.
Okay, I've got an idea. John, we'll tie the rope around you, and you can try and climb up, and I can pull you up as well. And you
Okay.
can just drop it down, and I'll do the same.
Yeah, we'll pull from the top.
As in the spare rope that's currently down there with you and John.
Well, actually, we have a spare rope as well, but I mean the actual rope that's dangling
There's
down.
a rope
can be-
dangling down that's a knotted rope, and there's a spare rope that's down at the bottom.
Yeah, we can try and do that.
Use the one that's tied up there, and
Yeah, one that's already up there.
let's use John, and he can bring the spare rope.
Okay. So if John's going to try and hold on, you're going to try and haul him up.
Yeah.
There's not really enough to tie around him, and like,
No, that's true. If he hangs on, you can just pull him up. All he has to do is hold on to it.
yeah. Whoever's hauling him up, give him a strength roll. Give me a strength roll.
I will
Give the world a
assist.
strength roll.
Oh,
Maximilian Muscleman Johnson. As you
There you go.
haul John up. Are you hauling Mortimer up too?
yeah.
D'Angelo will assist to help Mr. Johnson with
Okay.
the load. No, because it doesn't matter.
I'm not sure he needs the help.
One-handed.
I guess.
What a beast.
So yes, now you're all at the top of the brick passageway that led down into the tunnels below, or
Okay.
back in the dark cellar of Risby Manor.
Okay, I think we need to move the stone back, and I'll see to Max's wounds and first aid
Okay.
him.
And retrieving the rope too.
Yeah.
Retrieve the rope and slide the stone back in place. Yeah, give me a first aid roll as you examine Maximilian's wounds. Maximilian, did you take any damage from going from the climb down, or are your only wounds the wounds from the creature itself?
Only the creature.
Okay.
6 total hit point damage, and about a 15 power and intelligence damage.
These wounds are strange, Mortimer, as you look at them.
Would a hard success do any better?
As you
Because I
stare
can
at these
spend
wounds, they are strange, like, they're still oozing, like, they're not bleeding heavily, they're still oozing. There's something just not right about these wounds. Something...
Would it have been worth doing it as a hard success? Because I'm happy to spend the luck if it makes any difference.
First aid will give you enough. A success is enough to understand that these are strange and unusual wounds. This is.
So it hasn't actually done anything.
It has. As in, you're not like patching them up. You're just examining them.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, these wounds are not right. These are unusual. These are
like infected or poisoned or something.
Hard to tell. It doesn't look like any like they shouldn't be infected this fast anyway. But after, barely a few minutes from the fight. They shouldn't rot shouldn't have taken hold yet. There's definitely something wrong with these wounds, but it's, as I said, you're in a dim darkness of a cellar.
I'd need to
oil light.
deal with it properly with medicine or something. Yeah, I'll probably be thinking aloud as I'm trying to patch them up with first aid, but so I'll probably relay that information about how these injuries are strange. But I'll have to go over these properly once we're somewhere more hygienic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you complete your task? Was that the correct book?
When I hold the book, I'm going to concentrate. I don't know if you want a Dream Lord check or anything, but...
It's not Dream Lord, it's not the Dreamlands.
So do I feel like... Is there anything going on with me? Do I feel like I've completed the task? Is there any sign or symbol?
There is no external sign that you can see at this moment to tell you whether you have or have not completed this task.
So one moment.
You have this heavy, essentially tome, this large manuscript, and you're out in the dark damp of the cellar, small.
I'm gonna ask for somebody's candle, and I'm just gonna open the book and see if that does anything.
Okay. And I hand him my hand candle that I'm still holding.
You open up this book, just retrieved from beneath. Are you opening it up just at the first page, or
Yeah, I'd open up the first book. I the first page. I'm sorry.
You can see it's got these elegant illustrations. Well, they're elegant in style, but the more you look at them, the more you see these are twisted creatures decorating the marginalia of these pages. Things with too many or not enough eyes. Things that don't look quite right. The gilding of the corners of the pages glittering in the oil lamp. The text itself is in Latin.
I'm gonna just turn to another random page.
More images, more marginalia. Latin interspersed with strange other languages and things that don't look like Latin scripts.
I'm gonna tilt my head back and scream, "Did I do what you asked of me?"
The sound echoes quite loudly in this cellar. There's no one here currently to answer you.
So perhaps you need to read something in the book.
Ignatius is going to tell I think the only way I'm going to really know is if I fall asleep and I speak with the deity.
Well, we've got to get out of here anyway. I'm sure we've done what was asked, but there's one strange thing.
We got the book, we did, yeah.
We did everything that seemed to make sense, but the strange thing was, Max, when that creature had hold of you, it let you go. which
can you
seems
repeat?
strange. But these injuries aren't right. There's something wrong about them. They're either poisoned or infected or something. It's done something with these, so perhaps it thought once it's bitten you, it's infected you.
It did what? I'm sorry, I'm not on my right mind.
It's okay. We'll get back. We'll get sorted. I'll patch you up properly once we're in. When I was doing the first aid, I've probably just pretty much just put bandages straight over it more than anything else.
Cover up these horrible separating looking
Yeah,
wounds.
pretty much.
Turn Max
I'm assuming
clear.
that's not actually done anything to give him any health back, though.
No, it's
Okay.
It's decorative.
Okay. So I think we're all heading out.
Okay, so you're heading back into daylight. It seems strange. It feels after that time in the darkness to emerge and find it's still late afternoon on a cold October day. Grey sky above you and the ruins of Risby Manor around you. On the slope you can see the high brick walls of the prison, the clustered streets of Brichester. It hasn't been that long since you descended into the darkness below, but as you step out, you can see your clothes are all smeared with filth and dirt. Several of you got cuts and scrapes from the climb down. And Maximilian has his great roar, like, you see even through the bandages, blood beginning to ooze through the bandages. Like, Maximilian looks not quite himself. There's a pallor to him that wasn't there before when he descended down. But as you step out into the light, holding this great book from the Forbidden Library beneath the manor, I think that is where we're going to be drawing to a close. I will leave it up to you whether you have anything else you want to achieve or do in Brichester before returning to London.
Just need to make sure that we succeeded.
A few days to stay here.
I think Mortimer will probably just try to treat anyone's injuries with medicine, perhaps if anyone has picked up any.
Okay, we've got a few more minutes. I think we'll wrap up a few more things.
Just treat anyone's injuries.
Okay.
I know that Ignatius will, when he gets back to the hotel, he's gonna pound laudanum and just try to pass out and see if he can talk with the deity. Whether we handle that now or next session.
I think we'll handle that now because it gives us more choice of where to pick up next session.
Okay.
So whether we're still in Brichester or have returned to London. So Ignatius, you get back to the hotel. I have one question for your route back. Are you essentially just walking back through town in your current state, or are you trying to take a country route and avoid getting people's attention?
If nobody's leading Max, he's just gonna take the straight route.
I'm taking the straight route.
Yeah.
When I see people, can have a wash.
If people are looking at us, I'll be like, oh yeah, just fell down, hiking or whatever. We're all fine.
Mostly fine.
Charming. The way to get.
People watch you go. People stare at you, but no one engages you. No one accosts you. They just watch you. They note your passing as you return back to the Lakeside Hotel. Ignatius, you're going up to try and get some, not rest, but try and plunge into sleep.
Yeah, I'm going to take a hot bath because that will help.
That will We're in a hot bath, yeah.
And then all that stuff, then laudanum and try to pass out.
Okay.
You know so much laudanum he needs.
Yes. Meanwhile, Mortimer, you were able to, spend some time patching up the small cuts and bruises, cleaning out the small cuts and bruises that I think several of you received down the hole. So
medicine roll?
Yeah, give me a medicine roll.
Yeah, I'll be trying to patch up.
A point back for any points lost by John or D'Angelo or yourself, but not for Maximilian's wounds. These raw open wounds seem, the wrongness to them clings. This is not sure quite yet what is going on
So,
here,
yeah,
but it's
nothing I
something
can
deeply
do.
unnatural.
Yeah, so nothing natural has worked to treat it, basically.
No. Maximilian, your wounds remain as deep as they were. Ignatius, up in the honeymoon suite.
Yep.
As the warm bath and the drugs take hold, and you sink into this hazy and possibly troubled sleep, vivid nightmare visions of what you saw down the maze as this
It's
spin
awful.
through the darkness, but you're trying to reach out. Give me a power roll, please. See if you can reach she who waits in the darkness.
I call out to her, midnight. Midnight.
Well done.
Did we succeed?
You walk the maze and you stand here, do you not? Well, lie here.
Yes.
That was the task, and thus the task was done. You live, as do your companions.
What it will become of Maximilian's wounds, do you know?
I do not.
Could you tell me what that thing was?
An avatar of Uganalak.
How did that...
What's the word? This is me forgetting the word, not the one who waits in darkness. She knows all the words.
Yeah.
A manifestation of the god's power in this waking world. One who once served him, twisted to form his likeness.
Do you know if we came close to killing it?
Aye. It as in the god, or it as in its manifestation?
The manifestation. I presume we cannot kill a god.
No, you cannot.
Presume only gods can kill gods.
Your death would have come before it, I presume.
Understood. How does the next step work? Midnight,
Another task. So eager to please. So keen
To
to
live.
impress. Well, this next one, let me take you a little further. Pass down the endless steps. Traverse the world beyond and stand upon the plateau of Leng. That is all I ask of you.
How long do I have for this task?
One passing of the moon.
How about 2, since we're so beat up? We do have limitations due to our existence.
Suppose this becomes more boring if all your limbs fall off. Does that happen?
It can. It can. Yeah.
Then let it be 2. Although, do not presume too much on my kindness, for I have none.
The only thing, I make no presumptions, I only just speak logically, that if it's a challenge and it's for your entertainment, you'd want it to be sport. That's all.
I will. Now, sleep tight, and mind the
Please don't, oh, that's gonna haunt my dreams. Please don't do the damage to my body as like I wake up thing, because I'm almost dead.
You have not defied nor irritated me this time.
Well, I should probably wake up before that changes.
You should. And you feel her presence withdraw back into the darkness once more. Please give me that sanity roll.
Yeah, that was always inevitable. Sanity. Can I have a bonus die since I'm used to it?
No,
Yeah. Oh,
you don't need it.
extreme success.
You're used to it. At this point, it's becoming passé communing with the god in the darkness.
No, that's not.
No?
That's not how I would describe that. No, I'm not buying what you're selling.
Okay, fair enough. Still horrible, but
Yeah.
standard level horrible, like background horrible.
No, it's still it's more of a courage isn't not being scared. It's facing your god awful, horrifying fear than passe.
Okay. Well, in that case, as Ignatius somewhat wakes, you're still a little too exhausted and drugged to be fully awake now at this point. But Ignatius wakes as Mortimer examines Maximilian's strange wounds, and as D'Angelo and John are... I don't know what you're doing. You have a strange book. What you choose to do with this strange book between the group of you is entirely in your hands. And we will find out about that and all of this next week.
Bye-bye.